My first encounters about the value and the purpose of interfaith dialogue started in the vast expanse of India, where religion and faith had coexisted for a long, long time and was related to the lives of people. I go back to an incident when I was 19 and in the medical school in India, when I was pulled up for being not part of the classroom for about 9 days. My professor called me and asked me, why were you absent from those classes? And I said, I had gone for an international youth conference. This professor looked at me and said, very good, when he heard the first 3 words, International Youth Conference. But very quickly came a word of reprimand when he said, what kind of conference was this? And I said, it was an interfaith youth conference. And he looked at me and he said, you should do this when you're 60. Now is the time to study. Now is the time to focus on your profession. But in that very environment, 4 months later, there was a communal riot in my city. 135 people died in a serial bomb blast. And my medical school was commissioned to start the medical clinics in these places. And quietly came a call, your professor wants to see you. They wanted volunteers from different traditions, but also potential doctors to be working there. I say this to you because those of us who are gathered here are convinced that dialogue and dialogue between religions must continue, that we must continue the dialogue in expanding circles, but we must still convince brothers and sisters of the actual relevance of this in our everyday lives. Yes, conflicts have risen. Yes, the impact of violence and conflicts have increased their footprint around the world, but the desire and the hunger for peace is also expanding. More and more people want to work together. More and more young people want to work with their leaders in shaping the future of their communities. Men and women working together within and beyond faith communities will have this not only as a solution to the growing problems around them, but men and women working together will also give rise to an image that the future will hold for itself as true to the reality that this world must coexist. It will give to our own communities, but to the world at large, that collective image of shared peaceful coexistence, where peace will be able to build and layer not only the aspirations for progress, but for the great grand scheme of inclusive development. I am extremely honored to be here together with distinguished leaders from around the world, but equally honored to hear the voices, the questions, the experiences from around the world. That is what I have been here this morning, from this morning to evening. And I was just telling Ila Gandhiji how wonderful it has been to see this balance between voices from the podium and voices of experience from the ground. This is the new model of dialogue. Dialogue where everybody has a place, where the leaders listen and the communities gather to share what their leaders must represent on their behalf. Gandhiji reminded us that every big step towards change need not be a loud, violent revolution. Mahatma Gandhi said, in a gentle way you can shake the world. And Secretary General, I hope that our work together, our deliberations in conference halls and on the ground will be echoing that message of Mahatma Gandhi, that in a gentle way we can surely shape the world. Thank you very much indeed.